welcome to Long Beach, California for race 1 of the ERL INDYCAR Series in its 3rd season. You can see the drivers now coming across the line, as I'll now take you through our starting grid. And the British driver in the 20, Ghosted for Apex Pinnacle, is on pole with his teammate Armand Creel in the 90, starting second. Armand, a rookie driver to the ERL with a team who has taken some success very recently in Formula E, but will that success transfer into INDYCAR? Linus Eriksson will start third for the number 8. He's out-qualified his new teammate by quite some margin for 1 and for 2. That our McLaren SP team is now the sole McLaren racing team in the ERL. Niven Colby behind him, the Sims high speed in the 37, starting 4th, and a very good qualifying to come from the man who won the first INDYCAR race by a real technicality. Then it's Bob Marino, the Mexican driver, starting in 5th, returning to the ERL after a stint with the Renault Edams team in Formula E. Dav Sanchez and teammate Max Boardcar in 6th and 7th. Boardcar, of course, the reigning champion of INDYCAR. Behind them, they've got a Formula E champion, the 2 of Arthur Catfish driving for Hyperdrive EVX. Then it's the 2 Chip Ganassi drivers, Massey Medvec, the rookie, out-qualifying teammate Carson Thornburg. Then it's Qui Wek Loco for Team Penske, another inexperienced driver out-qualifying his experienced teammate. Then it's Inocu and teammate Pierre Gasly making his return to the ERL with power. Then it's Tommy and Gabriel Lebarton. I will continue to mispronounce this man's name for the rest of the season, I'm sure, with the rookie driver having the 2nd worst qualifying of all the rookies on the grid. Ray Shen returns to the ERL driving for our McLaren SP. He's in the 33. Behind him is Milstar Spiker for Sims High Speed. Then it's Butler Lam Fong in the number 73 making his INDYCAR debut. Then it's Hudson and Lewis Olsen. And the pace car is peeling into pit row at the end of this lap. Season 3 is about to get underway. Apex Pinnacle holding that 1-2 as they round the final turn. Here we go. It's Ghosted from Creel and Eriksson. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, drivers. As the top 3 come through turn 1, it's all single file for now. And the gap's actually spreading out up front. Ghosted currently 7 tenths in front of his teammate on lap 2. On board we are with Linus Eriksson, trying to get closer to Armand in front. The Frenchman in front of the Swedish driver for now. Attack mode will be online next lap, but they will all have push to pass to use either way. We're on board with the number 8 using some push to pass. They already dumped a lot of that battery deploy as they now funnel into that hairpin turn that marks the end of the 2nd sector and will spit you out onto the start of the 3rd. As Inocu getting a time penalty, he can see the rookie Wek Loco of Hungary going side by side with Carson Thornburg, close to the wall for Carson, but the American driver holding on to P10 with both Chip Ganassi remaining in the points. Catfish got off to an alright start. The top 8 have actually stayed as they were, until Sanchez got past Marino and is about to try and get past Niven Colby too. Driving like a man possessed. This is what we've seen the 72 do a lot in Formula E. As we head on to lap 3, Sanchez with a new fastest lap. There goes Colby in the Colgate car, moving up into 3rd position. I know it's not a Colgate car, but come on. Name 2 other companies that would have a livery like the High Speeder toy livery that Sims has for this season. I'll wait. I won't wait. There's a race to commentate over. Massey Medvec in the 66 moves up into 7th position for the rookie driver in front of the champion and the Formula E champion. That's already quite impressive. And look at the mid-pack. Qui is about to get swarmed here. And that's by Milsar Spiker and Tommy as well in that red white and green Revolution Racing car. So they head down into that hairpin. It's still an Apex Pinnacle 1 and 2. Sanchez looking for a way to get past this. Hudson getting a time penalty there, causing a collision. It seems being the order of the day, if there ever really was any order in the ERL INDYCAR series. Close to the wall for Devin Butler, but they keep it out. And that is Lam Fong getting past Gabrielle there. On board with Lewis Olsen in the pink Maya Shank racing car. Still at the back of the pack, hoping to close up, but I don't know if he'll be able to. They round the final 10 then to start lap 4 of 14. And it's ghosted from Creole and both Ericsson and Colby still going at it. They are still at each other's necks. And these soft tyres, they should begin to degrade quite quickly. The Firestone rubber that we've got here in INDYCAR, it's always served us quite well. I think Ericsson might actually be able to get past quite soon if he can make the most of attack mode. Of course, Colby's going to have it, so will Armand in front on his teammate. We believe he'll have it. So he comes across the line. Yes, he does get it. They both get it. Rear wings flying open. We're on board with the 8. And he's gaining on Nevin Colby in front. Will he pull to the inside? He looked at possibly doing it, but just won't. We've got some darkening clouds here as the Maya Shank number 14 duels with the Andretti Green number 72 of Dav Sanchez there. On board we go with the 72. Shocked that we haven't seen any raindrops falling. The radar says that we should see rain quite quickly, if not the rain is imminent. And we just haven't seen any drops falling. We're on board with the 31 of Dominic Hudson for AJ Foyt Racing. And Ghosted's been passed. Armand Creole, the rookie driver from France, leads on his debut in INDYCAR, and the rain's falling! His teammate dives into pit row! Armand has stayed out! The second the rain started falling, Lam Fong with a time penalty further back. And this is where all the teams begin to just show what they can do. And it's that Thornburg on a new set of tyres. Did he just go through pit road? I think he might have. But Bortkar, Sten, Thornburg, Micah, Gasly, Boss, Lam Fong, Kui, Gabriel Lebargson, Lewis Olsen, and crucially race leader Armand Creole are all still out there on their soft or medium compound rubber. They are on dries on a track that is not at all bone dry. It is wet. If we were to continue the bone comparison, the blood would be flowing. Except the blood here is just water. There's no solutes or anything like that. I should probably stop talking about that right now. Ghosted has moved up into 10th, make that 9th, and he's closing in on Devin Butler. Great move to get himself up into 7th. Closing in on Pierre Gasly right now. And these intermediates are absolutely perfect for this weather condition. It's in the slipstream of Gasly, as Sanchez has been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. Goes very wide, almost collides with Lewis Olsen as Olsen's own teammates. Bob Marino gets past. Catfish on those intermediate tyres as well, moves up. The order after the drivers come into the pits is going to be shaken up quite a bit, but Armand Creole comes into the pits. Intermediates will go on. Also in Max Bortkar, Carson Thornburg should be into the pits, and we will ride on board with the 97 to see what the Chip Ganassi pit stop looks like. Where's he going to turn in as now Ghosted leads from Ericsson, and I believe it'll be Sanchez in 3rd. Or maybe it'll still be Creole. No, it's Sanchez. And it's a quick stop from Carson Thornburg's crew there. They'll be applauding that one for a long time. But looking up front, the fight for the lead between Ghosted and Linus Ericsson. Ericsson still yet to see success in the ERL INDYCAR series. We've just come off the back of the Las Vegas Prix in Formula E, where we saw seasons of dedication work out perfectly for Jonathan Sims as he finally took his first race win. I was struggling to find the correct words there. But yes, as Sims is now a race winner, he's taken his first race win in Formula E after so many seasons of not being able to achieve it. Could we see the same thing happen with Linus Ericsson today? Does he have the pace? in that Aaron McLaren SP car to get past Ghosted? And is the rain slowing? That's another question that you got to ask once you're on those inters. These conditions will not last forever as Catfish slides it down the inside of Bob Marino. Of course, Beck Series this, the INDYCAR Series, which is why you see so many teams fighting for the points. As there goes Sanchez, sliding it down the inside on Armand Creel. We are at half race distance here in Long Beach, California. Matty Medvec in the 66 car there. Still in 7th for the rookie driver, and he is running a great race. And same could be said for a lot of the rookies today. You've got Creel running in 4th. Marino on his return to the ERL in 5th. Medvec's 7th, of course, and we were running on board with the 2nd ever Hungarian driver in the ERL, Wek Loco, currently running in 9th for car number 35, and that's all the rookie drivers scoring points. Comparing all the rookies that you see in IndyCar compared to the rookies that you see in Formula E, if there even were any this season. And yeah, board we are with Linus. They blast down the long back straight. In the dry, this part of the track would have attack mode, and since it doesn't, it makes it a lot harder to stay in touch with another driver because you don't get that extra boost from the reduced drag. So surely a lot of teams like McLaren, like Andretti, are hoping for the conditions to change with 6 laps to go. Well, at Andretti, they might actually just want to keep the conditions as is, because as it stands, yes, Sanchez would lose positions, but he'd only drop down to about 7th place, so he'd drop behind this man, Awful Catfish, in the number 2 as he gets past Matty Medvec, effectively saying to the rookie, hey, you might be a star in the making, but you're not getting past the star in the now. And just reminding you of Catfish's story, he wins the championship in Season 22. Season 23 was a bit of a dud, and he's told midway through that the team owner, Jonathan Sims, is going to return, and he's the one who gets replaced. Hyperdrive Racing give him a seat in IndyCar, which leads Lewis Olsen to move to Maya Shank. Sorry for hitting the mic there, but it is still quite the enthralling story to look at, of Marino in front of Medvec and Catfish, as here comes the 2 past the 66. Can he get past the 14 as well? It's in the slipstream of the man in front of him. He's closing in. When's he going to make the pass? Here he comes. He's going to look to go down the inside, and will he make the pass stick once they go through the hairpin? No, he took the inside line, but he just didn't get the exit that he needed. But Marino certainly did. He's far ahead of Catfish already. 5 to go here at the ERL IndyCar Series race, the opening round of Season 3 here in Long Beach, California. For Linus right now, he's looking at a close but no cigar moment. His teammate Ray Shen not showing the pace that we saw back in the World 500 qualifying, because I don't believe he finished the World 500 at all, but back in the World 500, Ray Shen, this man, was able to qualify on the front row, better than what some very experienced drivers like Catfish were able to do, because he was in the mid-pack, was the number 2 car. It's still, it's not as close as it was on lap 1, of course, but you've still got the possibility of a potential fight for the lead. For Armand Creel, a podium on debut would be amazing for the number 90. The French driver trying to follow in the footsteps of another French driver in the ERL, Remy Lebeau, trying to take victory on within his first 3 races. Of course, Remy did that before IndyCar was added to the ERL. Creel's trying to do this when IndyCar is part of the ERL. So hopefully for man, we will see this man get that first win quite soon. He started on the front row for this race, and already that's impressive. If this race were to remain dry, probably would have won. I can say that. He might be able to win this race, but as it's raining like hell, it seems a lot less possible because Ericsson is struggling to keep up with Ghosted. And he's at the class of the field all day, has that orange and black Apex Pinnacle driver, but he's being reeled in. The gap's under a second now. Could Ericsson, for our McLaren SP, try and take the lead? Our McLaren SP, the sole race winner in the ERL INDYCAR series, Francis Austin, moved to Formula E to drive for a different team. That team, it has unfortunately escaped my mind. I know. Oh yeah, he's driving for Toyota. I'm so stupid. But yes, Austin driving for Toyota now. And Ericsson, he's dropped so much time going down that main straight. That McLaren car seemingly struggling with straight line speed. And if strategy was something that they could use today in the current conditions that they have, it would absolutely be McLaren's savior if they could get it right. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like strategy is going to play any part of this race going forward, as there goes Evan Colby in front of Max Sportcar. Colby, one of the many runners-up to the championship in Season 1. The Season 1 champion, Kwon Todoroki, not on the INDYCAR grid. He only ran that one season, and it was the season he needed to win. His teammate, Sportcar, his former teammate, of course, Max Sportcar, now an INDYCAR champion as well. And right now, really, the race is on to become the first driver to take the double, to become an INDYCAR champion and a Formula E champion. On the INDYCAR grid is here comes Max Sportcar back on Niven Colby, moving up into 8th. On the INDYCAR grid, the only man who's trying to get the double done is Awful Catfish in the 2. On the Formula E grid, the only man who's trying to get the double done is Kwon Todoroki, who drives car number 66 for Andretti. And if we do see the double done, that would be very interesting to see for a man to have been at the top level of 2 different sports at the same time. Well, not exactly the same time, but close to the same time. We're on to lap 12 of 14. Ghosted heading the pack from Linus Eriksson and Armand Creel. And for Armand, look at how close he is to the back of that Arrow McLaren SP car. And Pinnacle Motorsport, Apex Pinnacle Motorsport, the INDYCAR offshoot of the main Pinnacle Motorsport Formula E team. Both teams currently seeing success, as in Formula E, they've taken their first championship since Akari back in Season 15 with the Leclerc playoff win, and with INDYCAR World now dominating the early stage of the 24th INDYCAR Formula E season. Well, it's only a matter of time before that team gets another championship. But Linus Eriksson is trying to make sure that Ghosted at the very least doesn't leave here leading the championship, and just coming out of that final turn, the McLaren man just lost it. I don't know what it is about that McLaren car, but this third sector for it absolutely sucks all the momentum that they had right out of the car. We're getting reports that the rain might stop soon. Not too sure if it will stop. And even if it does stop, the teams will probably maintain their intermediate rubber, because we're on the penultimate lap now. Lap 13 of 14 here in Long Beach. And Eriksson trying to close up to the back of Ghosted, but right now I think all he can really do is defend from Creel, and the rain is stopped. It's dry. It's dry. Attack mode reportedly is now in operation again. Armand Creel could be on for a P2. Can Apex Pinnacle get that 1-2 finally done in INDYCAR? On board we go with the 90. Trying to close up to Eriksson. again, but he's just bolted. This is where Linus really works the best. Yes, attack mode is in operation for our man Creole. Ericsson really close to the back of Ghosted now as they're coming through the end of the second sector on the penultimate lap. Could Linus Ericsson get his first career win in INDYCAR? Well, we're only going to find out in a few laps time because the gap is only about half a second. It's increasing, but Ericsson is going to get attack mode now, and that's going to keep him right there with Ghosted. He's dropped Armand already. The Frenchman likely to only get a P3 finish out of this. There are no clouds in the sky anymore. It is completely bone dry here in California. It's almost as if we're in Florida with how quickly these weather conditions are changing. But here we go to the final lap here in Long Beach, California. Ghosted leads from Linus Ericsson and Armand Creole. Daf Sanchez is fourth, and I think he might be able to hold on to that fourth position if he can just step on it quite quickly. And these Inters are actually losing a lot of grip. Who would have thought being on the wrong tyre compound in these conditions would lead you to having no grip? That's such a wild concept. And Ericsson isn't going to get attack mode. He's only using attack charge here. Those Inters are overheating. Armand Creole, I know I said that he wasn't going to get second before, but right now, if he just had a little more pace in that orange and black Apex Pinnacle car, he might have been able to get it done through that hairpin, but no. They're just going to have to funnel through this final chicane before they get spat onto the final sector of the track. And for Ghosted, Great Britain has taken many successes in the ERL. Ronnie Sola's first championship, UK Ball's 2 championships, and of course the many wins that Ben Allen Lee has taken, as well as Tom O'Connor, as Creole sends it down the inside on Linus Ericsson to take second position. It'll be a 1-2 finish for Apex Pinnacle for the first round of Season 3 of the ERL INDYCAR Series. Ghosted takes victory in Long Beach, and in terms of the fight for second, Linus Ericsson just about takes it by the slimmest of margins. A whole tenth of a second was the deciding factor, denying Apex Pinnacle the 1-2. As we're on board with Milstars side by side with Tommy, who's going to take 13th, and it's Milstars my car, and once again nothing in it. These margins of error are so tight. And this is the podium. Ghosted taking victory in a very, very interesting race here in Long Beach, and he takes it from Linus Ericsson and teammate Armand Creole. What a finish. Then it's Bob Marino, Daf Sanchez with that time penalty, but an extra point for the fastest lap. Then it's Artful Catfish, Massey Medved, Niven Colby, Weck Loco, and Carson Thornburg. Outside of the points we've got Max Sportcar, Milsol Spiker, Tommy, Ray Shen, Pierre Gasly, Enoch Pugh, Devin Butler, Oakweed, Lewis Olsen, Dominic Hudson, Lam Fong, and Gabrielle Lebargton. In the driver standings, it's the same as the finishing orders from today. So in the constructors standings, heading into the next round of the championship, Apex Pinnacle lead the championship standings as they are currently doing in Formula E. Then it's Aaron McLaren SP, Maya Shank Racing, Andretti Green Racing, and Hyperdrive BBX. Then it's Chip Ganassi, Sims High Speed, Team Penske, and the non-scorers of Revolution Racing, AJ Foyt Enterprises, and Power Motorsport. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.